Right, okay guys, so today I thought I'd do a pickups video because I've got quite a bit here to show. There are going to be a couple of bits that I think I have shown, but it was on a live stream, so I thought I'd do them again because not everybody watches a live stream, and also I kind of sort of flashed them quick and we didn't really talk about them, so I thought I'd go through some of them again. But there are also some add-ons to things I'd already bought, but I'll explain that. So I've got a bit of everything here. I've got games, I've got films, I've got CDs, I've got graphic novels. There's a bit of everything here. But we'll start, I think, with the gaming stuff. So, first off, Sony PlayStation. So, it's a bit of a story to this one. So, I've recently started testing consoles for a local charity. And it's kind of a double-edged sword, that, and I'll just explain that. Now, this did come just on its own, no hookups. Luckily, I already had them, which is why I was asked to test these, because basically I've got a lot of the consoles and a lot of the hookups, so they asked if I would do it. So as a result, and this is where the double-edged sword comes into it, well, I tested this and I started playing it, and that terrible drug called nostalgia kicked in. And before I knew it, I was saying, it works, how much you want for it? So I ended up actually buying it. So this was a tenner, which I thought was quite good. It's a pretty good price, to be honest, and it works like a charm. So I've got to pick up a controller for it because I only had a PlayStation 2 controller. I could try it out on it at the time, so I need to get an official PS1 controller, PlayStation 1 controller. So yeah, £10. So, and from that same charity shop, and this one's a big one, I also had, that's what she said, I also found this, and that is the gun adapter for the motion for the PlayStation, or PlayStation Move, whatever it's called. Yeah, I saw this for a tenner. It's all there except obviously the remotes, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to have that. And there's a reason why, because there's something else I'm going to show you in a sec. I do need to get the PlayStation Move for it. I don't have the remotes. CX do them now for quite a reasonable price. So I'll grab them. But the main reason why I grabbed that was because I also saw this. And that's Time Crisis. Now, I don't know how, but somehow, I know back in the day I was more into my Xbox 360. So maybe that's how I missed it, but I never realised there was a Time Crisis game on the PS3. So yeah, when I saw this, I was like, oh, because I do like me shoot 'em ups. So I thought, why not grab this? Because other than the Wii, you can't really play anything on a modern TV these days, you know. So this works out well because it had the motion in the gun, right? So yeah, and it's all there. And the disc, as I remember, looked really good on this. Yeah, it looks spotless. Bit grubby, like, but other than that, it's fine. But yeah, it's I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to pick up the remotes that go with it, and we'll give that a whirl. So that's that. Right, now, going to go into something else here. You might remember I picked this up maybe last month for like £1 or something. It was cheap. Well, it had the manual missing, so as I open it, everything falls out. So I picked up a manual. This was like, I think it was like £3.75, something like that on eBay. It's still got the cellophane around it. I thought I'll leave that on it because it kind of protects it. So I now have a manual for that. So I now have a complete boxed Rayman Rush. So that's that. The other one that I completed was, you might remember that I picked up this cartridge a month or two ago. And that is Mario Odyssey. And yeah, I just needed a case. So I picked this up. I think it was like £6 on eBay. So I now have a complete version of that. So it's not bad. When you look at it, the cartridge I paid a £5 for. The case I paid £6 for. So £11 for this game is pretty good, I think. You wouldn't find it that price any other way. And another PlayStation game. This was... I just noticed actually, is that the disc moving around? Oh, I really hope it's not, because you might notice if you're eagle-eyed that this is sealed. Yeah, you don't find PlayStation 1 games sealed this much, do you? So this is a surprise. Now, a few of the guys actually said to me when I showed this to them, I said, oh, I've had this gifted to me. I was like, really? Like, you should keep it sealed. And I was like, yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then Si turned around and said, well, you've got some of the figures. Why don't you display it with your figures? And I thought, now that's a good idea. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I might pick it up again so I can play it. Leave this one sealed and put it over with my figures. But yeah, that is annoying because I can hear the disc rattling around, which is a bit of a bitch. So, but yeah, I got this gifted to me, which I thought was really nice of the person, because it's not an expensive game, but it's not cheap either. So, you know, to get it gifted, it's really nice. So yeah, that's that. Right, now, I think that's all the gaming stuff. So what we're going to try and do here is we're going to move into Blu-rays. So, Labyrinth. Yep, great film, great film. I've got it on DVD, needed to replace it. Saw it for £1, picked it up. So we now have Labyrinth on Blu-ray, £1, bargain. Superman, and I should point out, that come from a charity shop, should point that out. Superman Returns. Now this one's an interesting one because a lot of people don't see this as a very good film. I kind of like it. There are bits I do like about this film. But all that aside, I have it on DVD. I needed it on Blu-ray, so I picked it up. Now, if you buy this anywhere else, second-hand, you're going to pay about a tenner for it. Music Magpie was charging a tenner. eBay were charging more than that. I found this on CEX for £1. So I bought it. Because even if you had the postage on, that's still only £3.95. So it was a no-brainer to pick it up from them. So that's what I did. So I now have Superman Returns. Speed, classic. You know, who don't love this film? It's a great classic movie. I've got it on DVD. Didn't have it on Blu-ray. I think this one was like £4.88 off Music Magpie. Some odd price like that. Good price, because again, this is another one that you pay a little bit more for. So yeah, I was happy to pick that up all day. Now, these next three, these are interesting ones. So these ones I picked up from Powerhouse Films. They had an Easter sale and it was 3 for £15. If I remember right, I think it might have been Pedro's Movie Cavern that mentioned it, and that then reminded me it was on. So I went over there and I grabbed these. Yeah, 3 for £15. First one is John Carpenter's Vampires. I've already watched it. Classic film. You know, I do like this film. It's good. James Wood is for once playing the tough guy in the lead role, not the villain. And he's normally very good at playing arsehole characters. Now, the good thing with this character is he still plays the arsehole character, but he's the lead and he's the action star. So it's really good. James Wood, he should have got more roles like this back in the day. I mean, you know, he's still a great actor now, but unfortunately, I don't think he'd be doing many action roles because he's that bit older. But I do like James Wood. He's a great actor, and let's be honest, right? He plays an arsehole better than anyone. Really good film, right? You know, it might not be a very well set out film, this one, but James Wood is very good in this. If it weren't for him in it, this would be an awful film. Next, Christine. Loved this film. I love this film. Now, you might notice there's a bit of a pattern here. So, it's you know, it is just a great film. Like, I know that John Carpenter's, he actually classes this as one of his worst films. I think he undersells it. I think it's a good film. It's a coming-of-age film about a car that kills people. I mean, what's not to like? Like, you know, and the good thing with this film is a lot of it is what you don't see. And some of the effects as well for an old film, like, you know, when you remember this come out in the, what, early 80s? Some of the effects, like the bit where the car's driving down the road on fire and it runs the bully over, and then you see him laying there on the floor on fire. I mean, that's a really good effect. And of course, before that, they'd just blown up a petrol station with the car in, and the stunt guy had to reverse that out on fire. Like, you know, so there were some great practical effects in this film. And when you watch the special features, and there's a lot of them, you find out that they had several cars because they had to have ones where they would destroy them for different scenes, etc. But yeah, there's the good thing with these Powerhouse films is there's a lot of special features. There's some good ones for this as well. So yeah, so I picked up Christine. Now I should say I nearly paid $9.99 for this on Amazon. I'm glad I didn't, because obviously I got it in this deal 3 for $15. So And then this one, I haven't watched it yet. I will do this week. Loved this film growing up. And that is Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. Another classic film with stop motion practical effects. And I'll bet you any money it's probably aged very well, because all of these practical effects do, don't they? You know, you look back 20 years on CGI, it really notices and it looks quite lame. But you look at practical effects, not so much. They've aged a bit better, you know. I mean, if you go back and look at the OG Star Wars, I wouldn't say that looks lame. And look how long ago that was done. So, you know, practical effects, there's a lot to it. And obviously there's a lot of them in this. And I do remember I loved this film as a kid. So when I saw it, I had to grab this too. There are more on there I need to get though. There will be more coming, trust me. But yeah, this is a good film. I'm looking forward to watching this. Right, now let's move on. Need to sort of get that one out of the way because that one will come next. So obviously there was an Easter sale for Arrow as well. So as a result, I picked up some of them. For some reason, this one was dearer though, because all the Blu-rays on the Arrow sale are $8.99 normally. But I don't know why, this one was $9.99, and that's Silent Running. This is a great film. As you can see, it's still sealed. The reason it's sealed is I've not long actually watched this. I watched this a couple of weeks back on streaming. So when I saw it on there for that price, I picked it up. Because normally it'd be about 15 quid if I remember right. So yeah, got Silent Running. Great film. The Car. Now, you might be thinking, oh wow, so you got Christine and The Car in the same month. Yeah, I did. This one's $8.99 as well. HMV sale, or Arrow sale on HMV. Similar sort of story to Christine in the fact that it's about a car that's basically possessed and it's killing people. What I like about this is that this is that bit older. You know, this is 70s. You've got Josh Brolin's dad as the main role. Yes, there is some bad acting. Yes, the script is very clunky, but I don't watch it for that. I watch it for the car. The car is a great looking car. Lincoln Continental Mark III, and it's been modified. So they basically make the front of the car look like it's got a face, and then they squash the roof down. So it just gives it that sort of like, I can't really explain it, like a kind of gothic, evil, almost like a Hearst look, if that makes sense. I mean, look at the artwork on that cover. That looks great, doesn't it? I mean, obviously with these films, you can reverse them. Let me take the disc out so you can see it. I could reverse it to that, which was, I think, the original movie poster, but I don't like that. I prefer the artwork. So I've left it like that. But, yeah, you know, is it the best film ever? No, but it's a good film. You know, it's good for what it is. It's a cult classic. So I hadn't watched this for a long time. Last time I watched this was with one of my mates' dads when we was teenagers. I was probably about 15. So I haven't seen it since. So when I saw this on there in the sale, I was like, oh, I've got to get that because I haven't watched this for, you know, what, 30 odd years. So, you know, I grabbed it. Giving me age away there. Sorry, I don't know what's the matter with my throat today. It's terrible. And then I picked this one up. Now, as you guys probably know, if you watch the channel long enough, you'll know that I am a comic book fan. And what you might not know is I like 2000 AD and Judge Dredd. I'm a big fan. And this Future Shock is basically a documentary talking about the history of 2000 AD and how it came about, what they were trying to do with the comic, the ups and downs. I mean, there's a lot of comic artists that are now very well known in DC and Marvel that started off at 2000 AD, and a lot of people probably don't realise that. Again, like most Arrow films, it's got the reversible cover. I'm not going to pull the disc out, but I think the one that I've used here is much better. Again, it was $8.99. It's got loads of special features on the back. You can see them there. But if you're into your comics, if you're a 2000 AD fan or a Judge Dredd fan, you need to pick this up because this is a great documentary and it's packed full of extra special features. So yeah, very good. I really did enjoy this. It's funny because I've picked up some great films here, but this one's probably the favourite I picked up this month, if I'm honest. Really good. Right, let's move these because that pile's getting quite high. And then there was a deal on this, Ghostbusters Afterlife. So basically, it was $12.99 from HMV if you bought anything else. So I figured, might as well get it now. I don't have it. And I did enjoy Afterlife. Now, you might have realised from watching some of my other videos, I wasn't a fan of Frozen Empire, but I did like this one. Now, at this present time, Connor's got a 4K player, but I don't. But it does come with a Blu-ray as well, so I can still watch it. Basically, I picked this up with the mind of, you know, in the future, because I do plan to get a 4K player soon. Like I say, Connor's already got the ability to watch when he's got a PS5, but yeah. So yeah, $12.99, I thought it was a good price. Like I say, I quite enjoyed this one, so I now have that in the collection. I already had it digitally, just didn't have it physically. Now, this one was a little pricier. The Guyver Arrow. Now, this one is a difficult one to find. Apologies for the sheen, it's the cover. It's got a little bit of sort of foil in it, which makes it look really nice, actually. But yeah, this one was a limited release, I think. I had to go on eBay to get this, £16 something. I hadn't watched this since I was about 14, 15, something like that. I think I now remember why. So, I already own Guyver Dark Hero, which is the second one, on DVD. I don't ever remember this one being released. So, when I saw it, I thought, oh, I'm going to have to get hold of this. But, like I say, it's a limited release. So, second hand, I paid £16 for this. It's not the end of the world, but, you know, when you consider, well, when I now consider what I got for that, was it worth it? Maybe not. This is not a good film, guys. It's really not. It's a terrible script, terrible acting. The effects are okay. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. The fighting choreography is awful. Good in places, but mainly awful. Yeah, even Mark Hamill couldn't save this film. He was terrible in this. All it did really was shine a light on how much better the second one was. So, yeah, I had to get it because I've got the second one. So I'm not massively disappointed. But, you know, when you consider you're paying extra for a film that's really not that good, it's a kind of a kick in the teeth. Now, I'm going to try and get this out if I can. It's a stupid case, so it's not easy to get out. One of the extras you get in this is you get a book. And it's typical because I can't get the damn thing out. I think I'll leave it. I'll just show you it anyway. But you basically get a book with a load of pictures in it. It's difficult to get out, so I'm not going to try it. It'll take too long. Not only that, you kind of almost wreck it trying to get out. Because if you look there, you can see there where let's try and get it in there close. There's like a little clip there. And it's almost impossible to get it out without kind of wrecking it. So, yeah, but you get a book with it as well. And you also should have you get the DVD of it as well. So you get the Blu-ray and DVD in there. I'm guessing it's come out quite some time ago because most of Arrow's releases don't come with a DVD in my experience. So that must be an older release. So, yeah, so there's that. Right, okay, now, these ones were a bargain. 2 for £1. So we got AC/DC. I've got to just double check that. Yeah, it is. I had to double check because there's a lot of these got similar names. If you know AC/DC, you'll know what I'm on about. So, Back in Black, and I believe this is, yeah, it's the remastered. Yeah, like I say, these were 2 for £1. Iron Man 2. Now, I'm pretty certain I've already got this, but if I have, that doesn't matter. I'll just gift this to someone. Black Ice, again, I might already have that. Then we've got another remaster, Blow Up Your Video. Great, yeah, like, look at the artwork on that as well. It's really good, isn't it? I do like AC/DC. Another remaster. These must have all come from the same person. That's High Voltage. For those about to rock, these are all the remastered versions. So, that's the back. Like I say, these are all 2 for £1. And then the Razor's Edge. This is the only one I've noticed that's actually in a proper case. Does really annoy me, I've got to be honest, like when they keep putting them in these cheap bloody cardboard cases, because you got to be very careful with these because you can really batter these if you're not careful. You always have to kind of put them on top of your collection, because if you put it underneath the plastic cases, it'll just wreck them, you know. I don't know, well, I do know why. It's money, innit? It's cheap. Like everything, innit, these days, everything's done on the cheap. But yeah, like I say, the two that I'm not sure about is Iron Man 2 and Black Ice. I think I might have these, but like I say, if I have, I'll just gift them. I know plenty of people that like their rock music and they're collecting the physical, so I mainly do it. You know why? Because, and I'll go into this just quickly here, I bought a lot of these albums digitally many times over, and I got sick of it, so I've gone back to CD. And if I'm honest, they sound better on CD anyway. So Venom, I think I did show this on a stream, but yeah, I picked this up from a... No, did I pick this up? No, this was a present. This was a present. Mrs. got me this. Yeah, I'm thinking of that one wrong. And then these ones, these did come from a charity shop. So we got Injustice Year 2 Volume 1. I don't know what these are like, so I'm going to give them a go. Obviously, Injustice was the DC game. Then we got Year 2 Volume 2. The artwork's quite nice on them. And I also like the feel of the covers as well. They've got like a kind of... if you notice, it's like a matte finish, but it's like got like a kind of wax sort of coating to the cover. Bit hard to explain, but very well made. Then we've got Year 3, Volume 1, Injustice again. Some nice artwork there again, which is unusual because a lot of modern art I don't normally like. This one I'll give it a pass. It's not as good as the old stuff, but it's not bad. This one is Year 3, Volume 2. I forget how much these were. If I can find it, I'll put it on the bottom in the edit. But yeah, you know, these were all cheap anyway. They weren't expensive. I know that much. But yeah, and I think, just double checking, I think that's everything for this month. So yeah, this video's run a bit long actually. I had a lot of stuff to show in this one. So, oh, and I should add, before we completely wrap up, I want to thank Retro Ed UK for this. Now, you might be wondering, what's that, Lee? Well, this is a glow-in-the-dark weapon for my supernatural character, Skull. If you watch my collectibles channel, you know what I'm on about. I picked up some of the supernaturals I had as a kid, and some of them had the weapons missing. And Retro Ed watched the video, and he said, I've got a spare one. Do you want me to send it to you? And I said, oh, if you don't mind, that'd be great. These normally go, believe it or not, for like £7 or £8 just for that. And I think you have postage on top of that. So Ed did me a solid sending me this. And I said, how much you want for it? He said, oh, I don't want anything. So he sent me this. So I had to send him a t-shirt. I had to say thank you, because I mean, he really did me a solid there. So I sent him a Nerdy Geezer t-shirt to say thanks. So yeah, and it's glow in the dark as well. So yeah, so I've now got the weapon. So I've got the weapon, I've got the shield. I think the only thing I've got missing now is he's got like a rubber hood that goes over. That's the only bit I need to find now, and then I'll have him complete. So yeah, so cheers Ed, really appreciate that. And now I'll put Ed's channel in the description below so you can go and check him out. He likes his toys and his games and his movies too. So if you like what I'm doing, you'll definitely like what he's doing. So yeah, so that's that for my supernatural guy, Skull. Anyway, if you have enjoyed the video, guys, consider like, sharing, subscribing. And until next time, take care, stay safe. Nerdy Geezer out.